let's say if you are out of the office and if one of your client was actually facing a critical issue, so all they have to do is, simply send an email, out of your working hours and actually wait for you to actually come back to the office and simply reply back. But the most of the problems will actually come unannounced, right? So for real, you should be more accountable and more reliable to the particular client whenever the things were not in the order. So, to simply tackle that, this particular workflow will actually, create that impact for your client. So you will actually allot a backup person whenever you are out of the office, then the whole thing will get escalated by one of your team members. So firstly, let me just show you the demo, and after I will explain you how the data was actually flowing from node to node from the beginning to the ending. So let us test the workflow live. So for that, I actually sent a sample email right here. So I'm going to click on execute workflow right here. So if everything goes well, we will be receiving the Slack message and an automatic reply to the client. And at the same time, the escalation should be logged and the email should be also, labeled as escalated. So these are the verification things. So firstly, let us verify the Slack. Okay, this is the recent message. So it actually worked. Okay, perfect. And we can actually check the Google Sheet. Okay, this is the recent one, and okay, it was actually worked. And at the same time, now let us simply see our, email reply. Okay, perfect. You can actually see, right? This particular email was actually got a reply from our email. And at the same time, it was actually labeled as escalated. So yeah, everything actually works. Okay, now let me just explain to you how the data will actually flow from node to node from the beginning to the ending like this. So firstly, we will actually look out for new emails, and this is the particular condition. So the email should be unread, and we simply ignore the category which falls under promotions and social. So all the social and the promotion emails will get ignored. Okay. So after we will simply grabbing the particular email, we will completely give the backup person's information and the company name and the product name and everything. And after that, we will extract the direct email fields like, from where the email was actually from and the subject and the body text, technically the mail body. And at the same time, the message ID and thread ID too. Okay. And after that we will use the Gemini HTTP node. But we can actually use it with by default AI agent node or by official n8n node. I'm just pulling n8n legs by using simply the HTTP node because I'm just messing up with and playing with some HTTP nodes right here. So nothing so serious. So just ignore that part. And after that we will exactly parse the Gemini response from this particular HTTP node, and after that, we will route the whole thing by the agency, whether it is critical or not. If the critical is true, we will simply, notify the backup person about the client issue, and at the same time reply back to the client with the, email of the backup person. And at the same time, we will actually log this whole incident into our Google Sheet. And at the same time, after these three things will be done, the mail will be automatically labeled as escalated. So yeah. And if the email was not so critical, it will simply ends right here. So this is how the whole thing will work. I know this may seems very simple to build and all, but the thing is, it is all about the impact that it will actually create. Okay. So whenever you are actually out of office, but there are some people or in because the problems won't come announced, right? So all the problems and at least the most of the problems will come unannounced. So you have to be more reliable even when you are out of the office, right? So yeah, this particular workflow will actually create an impact in your working side. So perfect.